Hey everyone, thank you all for joining me. Thank you so much and welcome to the Birth Your Vision podcast live. I am so excited today to have an amazing guest, the wonderful Marsha Herbert. She's an amazing queen and she's going to be telling us all about her challenges as well as her success in actually starting her own business. So I just want to say welcome to all my wonderful guests. Thank you all for joining me today. Thanks for your support. It's really amazing to have you here. And for those of you who are actually watching me for the first time, I'm Hannah Kukuli, the founder of All Women's Network. So I am an international connector and also a networker. And so what I do is to support women to actually build their own network and to support them in networking as well as connecting and collaborating together. And so it will be really nice for you to come to our event and also be part of what we do. I will be sharing lots of information later on in the comment section below. So thank you so much all for joining us. To all our amazing viewers, thanks for your support. So today I want you to take part and to connect with me and my guest and also be engaged as well. So if you have any questions, any thoughts or any ideas, just leave it in the comment section below. So you're absolutely going to love my guest. She's all about healthy living and also healthy eating as well. So today I have the pleasure to introduce to you the wonderful Marsha Herbert, who is the founder of Eat for Life by Marsha. And this is all about empowering healthier, happier life through nutritional healthy eating. And Marsha Herbert is actually Eat for Life specialist, and she's also an author and a publisher. Marsha creates nutritional healthy eating recipes made with wholesome ingredients, gluten-free, dairy-free, simple, delicious, and easy to prepare. And these things can actually be found on her website, in her magazines, and also her cookbooks. And so she's going to be sharing all that wonderful information with us today. We're going to find out how she's been able to get this great idea, this great concept of her business, and how she's been able to actually build this business from scratch. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome the beautiful Marsha Herbert. So great to see you, my queen. Thanks for joining me. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
You are welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's a real pleasure to have you. Just tell all my wonderful viewers where you are actually being interviewed from today.
Oh, I'm Canada.
Wow, all the way from Canada. Amazing. What is
Yes.
the weather like over there?
Well, it's winter and it's not as cold as it was before, but our weather
Yeah.
has warmed up a bit. Yeah.
Oh, that's really amazing. That's awesome. So good to hear. We are live in the UK and it's absolutely cold. We've had the snow as well, but it's not too bad, I guess. The house is nice and warm. So welcome to
Yes.
everybody. Thanks for coming, Marsha. So good to see you. And I just want to share how we actually met. And this is the power of connection. And this is what I'm really good at, networking and building my collaboration and my network. And so we met at a wonderful event, networking in Stilettos by the
Yes.
beautiful Argentina. She's an amazing queen who actually runs a fabulous networking in Stilettos platform. And so me and Marsha met there and we clicked. And so today she is here on my platform to actually share her business with our audience. So welcome, Marsha. So good to see you.
Thank you.
Fantastic. So great. So tell us about who is Marsha really? I know that you are this wonderful business entrepreneur who has created this fabulous, amazing business about, helping people to eat more healthier, helping them through their diets and gluten-free diet and all that great stuff. So who is Marsha? Let us know.
Well, that's a very good question. And so, Marsha, I spelt out my name to describe me. So I've used meaningful words, and I have a knack for creating words with meaningful other words that mean so much more. And so, Marsha, to describe who I am, I'm going to spell it out for you. So M is for motivator. I am a motivator. I just love just inspiring people to do what they want to do what they need to do. And that's where my humor comes in, because I am naturally a motivator. A
Yeah.
is for advocate.
Mm.
Advocate to a T. Like, I just, for me, if I see injustice, if I see unfairness, and if I'm just an advocate for those, for the underdog, for those who can't afford it, for those who can't help themselves but need help, I am definitely an advocate. And then R is for relentless. Yes,
Yes, I love that.
relentless. And I only can describe it in so many other R words. Like, if I'm about to do something and it's not working or it's not going the way I want it to go, I'm going to be regrouping, rethinking, re-energizing, refocusing. That's how relentless I am. And then the S is for solutionists. I am a big, if there's a problem, immediately I'm jumping on the solution. I am not keep talking about a problem. I am be about it. I'm like, okay, we have a problem. Let's be about the solution.
Absolutely.
So natural for me to see an issue, and then immediately solution comes up for me. So I'm a solutionist. And then the H, I would want to say happiness, but the H for me is about just really definitely happiness and health. Like, that's my H word, is the happiness. I'm always happy no matter what. And I've been through some tragedy situations that you would not believe, but I think there's something inside of me that just believe, happy people do happy things, and for me it's key. And then the A, it's for action, taking the steps necessary to achieve all the joy or all the health, all that God has given me and all that he has for me. So there it is, sum it up for you.
I
That's who
love
I
that.
am.
Absolutely. I'm going to do that with my name. You've actually inspired me, actually, Marsha. Relentless. That is who I am as well. I'm a go-getter, driven to succeed. And, I'm just like a dog on a bone. I'm not going to let go. So, so, so much relentless. So good to know. And I love that you are an action taker. You love to take action. And, another one is to challenge things, which is really, really
Yes,
important.
yes.
Yeah. Challenge, any form of injustice, whatever capacity at workplace, in your setting. That is really key. And I really love that. Well done. I'm going to do that as well. I'm going to do that as well. Thank you so much, guest. Thanks for joining us. Today we have the wonderful Marsha, who is here talking about everything to do with healthy eating. So stay tuned and leave your questions in the comment section below. So Marsha, you have this amazing business. Tell us the name of the business, and also share the concept, the idea behind this.
For sure. Yes. Thank you. The business called Eat for Life by Marsha. I try to give it something else without my name, but it keeps coming back to having my name because of the solutions that I've created, because it just keeps coming back to Eat by Marsha. And I'm an anonymous giver. I like to cheer people up anonymously, but I don't think that's what God has in mind for me. So, and no matter where I go, I always somehow seems to stand out, and Marsha just seems to make sense. And so Eat for Life by Marsha is the name of my business. And the reason, the concept, the idea, and I think also too, it's more like my creation, taking what I've learned in nutrition, and taking what I've learned from cooking, as a younger age with my mom who owns a restaurant, and then just pulling things together. And then it's just Eat for Life, because to me, the Eat for Life, what I wanted it to be, again, always attaching meaning to something, because I want people to feel it. And so the EAT at the time was essential. It was like essential applicable food, like essential applicable food for treatment. So then I just just the Eat for Life by Marsha. But that was the name. It came up. The reason for that name was because of my understanding of nutrients and the food, and combing the food together. And the concept came about because of I myself are gluten and dairy free, and I did not know that I was gluten and dairy free. I was diagnosed anemia. So I
Right.
knew later in life that anemia is a symptom of celiac. Um, So I suffered for many years with not knowing how to, not eating properly, not giving
Yeah.
proper information, and also foods, the conditioning of our foods and what's good,
Mm.
what's not. So yeah, so the idea was basically from my own experience, and I wanted to do something that to impact myself and the world in a positive way.
Fantastic. That sounds really amazing. For those of us who are watching, for those of our viewers who are watching right now, who are wondering, what is a gluten-free diet? What does that look like? Could you sort of break it down a little bit so that they can have an idea?
Well, if they most of the foods that we eat from my body, it doesn't process the gluten, which is like a form of protein that the body doesn't digest well.
Yes.
A lot of those things are found in really a lot of unhealthy foods, and processed foods. They're found in processed food. Also allergic to wheat. So from my symptom, it was just I can describe the symptom. I think a lot of people would find much better understanding is where I go into, like, my body just gets swollen up, especially my belly, my stomach gets
Right.
swollen up. I get skin rashes. It just my emotions are different. For years, I suffered with one of the things that we love growing up in Jamaica was bread and butter. So every night before
Yes.
bed, you have your bread, you have your bread and butter. And that was like something I do all the time, not realizing that the gluten in the all-purpose flour was causing me severe stomach pain. And then so whenever time I go to bed, I always have to double over to relieve the pain. And so I suffered for many years with that. So yeah, so the gluten and the dairy bring about rash, which I did not know until in my early 30s. I found out I would have these rashes, and you just
Mm.
kind of, you just keep going with life. It's like, oh my gosh, where's
Yeah.
this rash
Yeah.
come from? You're like, oh, it will go away. And then I found out with the symptoms. Dr. Oz actually was in my early 30s when I was watching Dr. Oz, and he was talking about the symptoms. I didn't know it was gluten. I had a gluten problem, but when he was
Right.
describing the symptoms, I relate to the symptoms, and I was like, could I have that? And he did a test, and he said, just stop eating bread. Just little by little, take the foods
Yeah.
away. And sure enough, I started taking the breads away. I started taking the crackers away. I started taking, and then I found my body was getting better. And that's what piqued my interest to study more on
Wow.
the nutrition, gluten, food intolerances, and all those things. And then it led me up to this stage. Yes.
Wow, fantastic. What a journey, isn't it? Finding out about, how you are in terms of the journey with your gluten diet and being able to now seek help and support, and now being able to use that to actually help other people, and turning that into a business, which is really amazing. So who are your ideal clients, who are perhaps looking for your services?
I think in those that are mostly the food intolerance that have gluten and
Mm,
dairy issues and health conditions, because
yeah,
that's what I had, the anemia and celiac symptoms and things. So for the number one, that's the clients. They're looking to for a healthier, happier life. They're looking for a healthier life. That's
yeah,
really what it is. You have those that they know they have a problem and they don't do anything about it. So for me, it's those that want to do something about it. They don't know what they don't know, and they need to have simple solutions with that helps them customize for their environment, their budget, wherever they are. And so those are my initial clients, but also clients who wants to get healthy. They don't want to
yeah,
have issues, and especially now with the pandemic, they want to be able
absolutely.
to protect their body against disease. And so the recipes that I offer is using wholesome foods to make cookies and cakes and muffins and all those things that you're told, eat one, you can't have this, you can't have that. And that really bugged me because I love desserts. I usually have my desserts before dinner. So 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 that really irritated me when it was like, oh, you got to eat less. I'm like, eat less, I'm not even
What?
eating enough. So it became was like, okay. So that was for me was why I was so passionate about creating the snacks first, because to me it was easy to create the gluten and dairy free meals. You get your
Yeah,
vegetables, you get your meats. There wasn't much challenge in that. And I love to be innovative, and I love to like make things simple, if I see there's a problem. So then making the cookies and the cakes and the muffins, that got me really excited. I was like, okay, so I take my seeds and my nuts and make cookies that are, highly nutritious, that help your body, that, like today's National Almond Day. And I put out on my social media all the health benefits, nutrients in almonds and the health benefits, which, it helps with your diabetes, with weight management, cardiovascular disease, cancer, all those things. And then not enough to say that I'm going to be creating later a almond pizza crust. So it's not enough. Yes, it's not enough just to say these things are healthy. I wanted to show people, this is your everyday stuff. You can have your cookies and cakes and more. You get a cookie and you get a cookie and not feel guilty about it.
Wow. You know what? You've just mentioned pizza almond crust. How does that taste? I've never in my life tasted that before. I'm just a bit curious.
Yummy. I don't eat anything unless it's delicious. So it has to be number one. Yes, it has to be nutritious. And the other point, it has to be delicious. It has to be delicious and nutritious. You cannot leave one without the other. Yes.
So how do you actually make that? Just give us a little bit of a snippet. How do you create that? The almond nut, do you blend it or?
Yes. So you can blend the almonds or you can purchase in the store. Now they have a lot more options, like for the flour that are, seed flour. Before, years ago, they didn't have that. So you have to get your blender out and grind up your almonds. So for me, I purchased the almond flour, what they call almond flour, and or ground almonds. And I use that with eggs and with some other things that I create. Your audience is going to have to check my social media and my website for the recipe.
Absolutely. I'm going to leave that here on the comment section below. Absolutely. I mean, you've made some amazing, beautiful dishes, which I've actually seen on your website. Just tell us about some of the healthier options for those who are watching right now, who perhaps need some tips in terms of how to stay healthy. Give us some healthy tips and options, alternative food choices.
I think having the ingredients, it makes a difference. Number one is clean out your pantry and set up yourself for success by purchasing the ingredients that you need for health. A lot of it is fruits and vegetables. Having your fruits, having your vegetables, having your nuts and seeds on hand, that's really key. Because when you have your fruits, vegetables, nuts and seeds on hand, like your whole grain, you also have your whole grain, you can make anything. You can make a cookie, you can make a muffin. I just like seeds, like almond. Now they have almond butter, they have sunflower butter. But just having your fruits and vegetable nuts and seeds on hand make it so much easier to make something right away. And if you don't have those ingredients, you can't do it. Or some people just now a lot of people order out, and a lot of stuff is dinners. They don't have a lot of snacks. And then people like myself that are gluten and dairy free, eating out there's limited to getting gluten and dairy free. So healthy means having your pantry ready. Having the foods that are healthy for you. And I say for you because, some people are allergic to certain things. So make sure you have those healthy foods ready in your pantry, and it's easy to create meals right on the spot.
Fantastic. That sounds like a great idea, actually, because when the food is there and is ready, it's easy for you to actually create your own meal and just be creative. I'm very creative with food. As long as I have enough, I'm able to actually create some amazing, delicious dishes, if I may say so myself.
Yes,
So
exactly.
absolutely fantastic. So, let me know more about your business in terms of what really makes it unique and makes you actually stand out from others who are doing similar things to what you're doing.
Yeah, so far no one is really doing exactly what I'm doing. I think one of the biggest thing statistics have shown that snacking is like a big thing for everyone. And I think that's a major problem for chronic disease, for the diet related disease. I mean, we're spending over billions of dollars, on the cost of a diet related disease. That means that food is the cure. It's you can heal thyself with eating healthier, and but snacking is a huge thing. A lot of us are busy, a lot of us don't know how to cook, and a lot of us don't want to.
Absolutely, yeah.
So snacking is huge. And so then for me, what I've done, and because I love snacks too, I told you, like desserts, cookies, and I was like, why can't I have my cookies? I don't want to feel guilty about eating my food. And so it plays on the brain, it plays on the body. So having, so what I do is I take, the nuts and the seeds and create the cookies, cakes, muffins. So you can have your snacks and be healthy having your snacks and not feeling guilty. You can
Right.
eat your way to a healthier life. So for
Mm.
me, it's most of the stuff that you get is going to be the meals, not the snacks. And so for me, my focus is on creating the snacks because it's easier. Like if you're working out or you're not working out, depending and also too, if you're working, if you're sitting, that's a
Mhm.
different way you want to snack. If you're very physical, you want to have a higher carb snack without the weight part of it, and it's more about nutrients, healthy carbs. And then if you're sitting a lot, you don't want to have a high carb snack if you're sitting a lot, unless you're trying
Yeah,
to gain weight. It's a different story. So there's trying to gain weight, there's certain carbs that you want to eat, and if you're trying to lose weight, there's certain carbs that you want to eat as well. It's not eliminating carbs. When we a lot of times when you see a lot of tips on healthy eating, it's comparison to the processed food, not comparison to your healthy food. And that's the focus that I focus on. Is I talk about the healthy food. I don't compare it to unprocessed food. I said, here's your healthy food, and here, depending on your health conditions, these are the foods that are healthy for you. So
for
the
you.
uniqueness of that is what I offer, and also to my Eat for Life packs. So what I find was that people, yes, they want to eat healthy, but the accessibility to those healthy foods was not available as common as
Right.
like them. So
Mm.
then I've created a new product where we put the essential ingredients in the Eat for Life pack. So we can have like a vegan Eat for Life pack, a keto Eat for Life pack. And so you're getting,
Wow.
the proper ingredients where you can then have your options. You don't have to say, oh, they don't sell it here. I don't know what that is. I don't know what cassava flour is. I don't know what this is. So I basically put in like the almond flour or the cassava flour, the vegan chocolate chips. These are specialty foods that you may not find in your store that I have access to in order to create a pack and make it special. To, like
Mm.
Easter is coming up. We can have an Easter Eat for Life pack where I give you 3 recipe cards to create a cookie, a muffin, or a cupcake. And you at least get to try that. And then you have more options in the magazine where I created my magazine, a bi-monthly magazine. So now not only you get the essential ingredients, but you can take those essential ingredients and make more recipes by accessing my online or print magazine. And then you have the cookbooks. And then I also have the cookbooks. So you have many options
Mm.
to eat your way to a healthier, happier life. And less excuse. And that's what I'm trying to do, is to create less excuse, more accessibility to people who really want to get healthy, so we can reduce that diet related disease. That just makes me just like,
Mm.
just like, no way. I thought, why are we not doing more? And so I'm one option to help reduce that disease
I
that's
love that. I really love your passion, because it's really about just making sure that we are eating right and eating for life, really.
yeah,
Eating to actually stay alive and be healthy and be fit and know
exactly.
the right things to eat. And I'm really loving all the great nuggets you're sharing about snacking, your positioning when it comes to snacking. Some of us may not be aware of that. When you're eating a setting sort of snack, there's a certain position that you have to be in, and
Yes.
also the wonderful the packaging in terms of the food that you actually create for Eat for Life, the keto brand, all that is just really amazing. I think you've actually thought of different people and their needs, and
Yes.
you've actually packaged this really, really well, which is so good. I'm so proud of you. You've covered your products. So if people wanted to get access to your service, what's the first initial step they need to take?
So I've been doing word of mouth when it comes to food coaching. I have not really advertised my coaching. A lot of people, they email me and they want me to coach them on eating healthy.
Mm,
I've not started that yet, but that for them to access my service, this is something I will be doing in the spring, where I'll be doing like a cooking coaching program. So the service for them to access that would be, definitely, they don't have to contact me by email, because that has not been broadcast yet. So one of the services we wanted to offer was a meal prepping a program. And because, again, it's not knowing, now you have the ingredients. Well, how do you prep your meals? How do you take
yes.
these ingredients and create so many different varieties? And
Right.
so I'll be having a meal prepping program, as well as a meal planner, an Eat for Life meal planner, coming out in spring, where I make it easy. I'm all about making life easy.
Easy. I love that.
I've been through so many things, Anna, that I don't want anybody else to go through. If they don't have to go through it, why? Like, you hear things like adversity make you. No, don't.
Change that narrative.
Change that narrative. Why do you need to go down that difficult road? For what?
Yeah. You have the
All
solutions here.
exactly. We just want to be happy and healthy and joyful. Why do we need to experience strife, hardship just to get there? And so for me, I'm just passionate about making it easier for people. And so the Eat for Life planner just lay it out for you. It just lay out your weekly, your daily, and make it easy for you to take your ingredients, even have in there how to create a meal. We talk about the different segments, like your whole grains, your protein, and just adding these things in there. And then you can, make it easier for you to create your meals every week.
I love that. Absolutely. I can't wait for the planner. I've actually viewed your lovely magazines online as well. They look super, super amazing. I'm going to be sharing your wonderful website so that people can actually view it here on the comment section below. You've been in business for, a few years now, and I just wanted you to kind of share some of your challenges with the audience so that they could actually understand that, being in business is not all rosy. You do have obstacles. You do encounter some, struggles along the way. So it'd be really nice for you to share maybe one encounter that you've actually experienced within, the couple of years that you've been in business.
One. Okay, so I think the number one I'm going to put on there actually is like maybe number two of them. It's the money part. Let's just, I think a lot of people struggle with what they think they need to have to run a business. So my background is in administrative. So efficiency, effectiveness, streamline, shoestring. I've spent a lot of time in corporate, in HR, in accounting, in being an executive. So it's my job to get the CEO organized. It's my job to know everything about everything, and to be 3 steps ahead of the game. And that works well with my ability to plan ahead and have a vision. And so money is not the issue. I just want to take that off the table. I said that, your mindset is, you need to get that right. If you don't have your mindset right, you will miss every opportunity. If you think money is a problem, you're missing it. If you don't have your mind, you could have $2 and you have the right mindset and still make it in the game. You could have $2 million and have the wrong mindset and don't make it in the game. So I think mindset, get your mind right. And what I mean by that is believe in yourself, but not only believe, take the steps towards your belief, take the steps towards your vision. So I would say, mindset, you have to know that you can do it. If you think about it, it's in you to bring about it.
I love that. If you think about it, it's in you to bring about it. That's really, really important, because you touched on mindset, and that's one of the major barriers when it comes to starting. because the mindset, if it's not on point, is going to be a challenge when you start from the beginning. It's almost like it's going to be a big major struggle, and I feel like many people who are starting business, they really definitely find it really tough, because they're still struggling with their mindset, not really sure, lack of self-belief, lack of confidence, and just not just don't have enough belief in themselves to know that they can actually do it, they can actually run a business. And the funny thing about it is that you can actually ask for support and look at other business organization that actually offers help, so that you're not alone, because this journey can be very lonely.
Yes,
The entrepreneurial
yes.
journey, right?
And and I want to give advice to those who are
Yeah,
at it alone, because that's me as well too. Like, I
yeah,
think so many times too, we don't know how to be alone in it. And that again is the mindset, because I know with myself,
yes,
I'm alone in it. I'm very, and the mindset, what happened is that because you're conditioned to think you need somebody, and then you don't have that somebody to help you. You
yeah,
don't have your family that are helping you. You don't have your friends that are helping you. You don't have the mentor. You don't have the money that can help you what you think. But what I've learned is that I've learned to sit with it and said, okay, here's my mindset. I'm going to have a good mindset. I have to get up in the morning. I have to do the dishes. I have to clean the house, because before I can even start my business, I have to get my environment right. Once I do that, I am energetic. I am focused. And if I
right.
don't have my environment cleaned up and right, I can't fully give what I want to give. And so, and that goes through. And I noticed too, even just a little bit of complaints suck my energy. I watch myself, and, and then spending the hours as an entrepreneur is not a 9 to 5 job. Like, there's times I am up to like 2 in the morning, but I don't look at it and go, "Oh my gosh, I should go to sleep." Why? For me, it's the energy that I get from that thing that I think about, that I want to bring about, and I go to sleep. I wake up and I eat very healthy, and that's the difference too. Is because of the foods that I eat, I am able to have the energy and the thinking. My brain power is good. So again, if you are doing it alone, you can do it to start alone. It's definitely important to get that mindset right, whether you're
Yes.
where somebody's helping you or you're by yourself. Because I do everything by myself. I create my website, I do my social media, I do my magazine, I do my cookbooks. I do all of it, and not because I think, oh my gosh, I'm doing all of it. It is what it is. And all you can do is all you can do until the next step. But you got to be open for when now you're growing. Like, I'm growing now, I need to hire a virtual assistant, and now I need to get somebody in marketing and things like that. But I'm prepared because I've made the plan. I already know that, hey, I'm doing it on my own. That's okay. Just get ready for when you need help.
Absolutely. And I love that you say that you can actually get support from VA or, an assistant. Absolutely. Because when it gets a bit too much and overwhelming, it's time to now outsource it, which is
Yeah.
something that we should do once we get to the stage of doing it by ourselves. Because
Yes.
sometimes entrepreneur, we get to that stage whereby we are continuously doing everything. We are the manager, we are the
Yeah.
spokesperson, we're the marketer, we're the branding element of it comes in, so it's important that we shift that load and outsource it so that we can have more time for ourselves, rather than being overworked, overburned out, and just feeling very overwhelmed.
Yes.
So that's very, very much important. Thank you so much for those wonderful tips. And for those who are watching, who are thinking of starting a business, within the same industry as you, the healthy living and the healthy lifestyle sector, what advice would you actually give them?
Be your own best client.
Uh,
This, now is the time to do it. This is the time. with the amount of issues that are going on and the billions of dollars that we're spending with something that can be easily cured, I say the more the merrier. This is the time to start in the health and wellness field. Definitely be your best client. You are your best client. That's what's going to differentiate as well too, because a lot of times too, people they'll decide. So now if the market's growing, they'll decide, okay, who do I want for healthy? It's like, okay, who's going to be my doctor? This doctor or that doctor? Who looks the part in a way? But then don't be afraid, because everybody's different. There's so many different categories of people that you can service. But I would say my advice is just go for it. But be the best client. Yeah.
Fantastic. That sounds like a great advice, definitely. So I just want you to have this opportunity, just like a 60-second pitch, just to tell the audience about the great service that you offer and what you'll be able to give back to them in return. So your timing starts now.
All right. Okay. Your life matters. This is your life. You only get one, and it's for you to live it and live it well. It's for you to have joy and more of it and more of it and more of it. And so Eat for Life by Marsha is here to help you have more of it. And I say joy, just only yes to a healthier, happier life. You deserve it. I deserve it. The world deserves it. We want you to have it.
Fantastic. Awesome. Absolutely amazing. Well done. I'm so proud of you, Marsha. You did amazing. And I just want to say, how can people actually connect with you? How can they reach you?
They can reach me through social media, website, and LinkedIn just by typing in just Eat for Life by Marsha. My website, eatforlifebymarsha.com. My social media, Facebook and Instagram, Eat for Life by Marsha, and Twitter. They will find me in Twitter as well. So Eat for Life by Marsha, you will find me.
Fantastic. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get in touch and connect with the amazing Marsha, please kindly do so. All the details is in the link in the description bar below. So thank you so much, everybody. It's a pleasure to have you. Every good things must come to an end. So I just want to say thank you to Marsha for coming on today, giving us tips and strategies on how we can actually live a healthier, better life. Eat for Life by the wonderful Marsha. So make sure you do check her out. Go to a page on LinkedIn, as well as connect with her on all platforms of social media. A link is all there. And so we will obviously be keeping in touch and be collaborating on other things in the future. And I just want to say thank you, Marsha, for coming onto this platform. It's so great to have you here. Thank you so much. Any last words before we wrap up? Any words of hope to anybody watching us that you just want to encourage them?
I do. Yes. I just, first of all, Anna, thank you so much. I'm glad you came on the Stellatos networking. That was great. And we connect very well. To everyone, I just want to say, you know what? Embrace your vision. Your vision, embracing your vision is giving light to the world that make us so much more better. And so whatever vision it is for you to embrace it and shine your light bright. We need it. Now is the time.
Absolutely, indeed. And just to butter that, this is all about birthing your vision, and you've been able to come and share how you've been able to birth your vision and give us, some great nuggets. And I'm so, so happy that you've been able to come. Thank you so much, Marsha. And thank you to all our viewers. Until next week, stay blessed, and I will see you soon. Take care. Have a great evening, everybody.